Shut up and sit down.
Hi, I'm Blakey B, and welcome to my review of the Marvel Select Disney Store exclusive Rocket Raccoon figure from Diamond Select Toys. Marvel Select is a line similar to Marvel Legends, however has more of a focus on sculpt and paint application over articulation. Marvel Select is on a different scale to Legends, being a 7-inch scale compared to Legends' 6-inch scale. Rocket Raccoon first appeared in Marvel Preview Issue 7 in 1976 and was created by Bill Mantlo and Keith Giffen. Rocket Raccoon was inspired by the Beatles song called Rocky Raccoon and was mostly an obscure character in Marvel's canon until 2008 when he joined the modern version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Much like his fellow Guardians of the Galaxy members, Rocket Raccoon has become somewhat of a household name. In fact, a lot of people cite Rocket Raccoon being the scene stealer in Guardians of the Galaxy 2014, the film adaptation by James Gunn. This version of Rocket Raccoon is packed alongside Gamora, and they are both based on the 2012 Marvel Now versions of the characters. I have previously reviewed Gamora, the link is in the description below. This figure stands about 3¼ inches, and that makes him a decent scale with both Marvel Legends and Marvel Select. He isn't a full-sized figure because he's not a full-sized character. He is very individualized with his size. For the sculpt, he's received a totally original sculpt, and I really like it. I think it's comic book accurate for the modern appearances, and he looks pretty good. With paint apps, it's mostly basic. Both him and Gamora have received basic paint jobs, which is surprising for Diamond Select Toys, as they are known for their paint apps and sculpt. For articulation, he has a ball joint in the head and a neck hinge. He can look down quite a bit, but he can't really look up too much, which is a little bit problematic because he is a shorter figure and a shorter character. He does usually end up looking up, but you have to find other ways of getting that. His diaphragm joint isn't particularly great. You can get a little bit of posability out of it, but it doesn't work 100%. He also has a waist rotation, which I think is a little bit pointless considering that we have the diaphragm joint so close and that the side to side works very well. I would have preferred to have maybe an ab crunch. I don't really like ab crunches for the most part, but it might have made a little bit more sense with this figure. He has shoulder hinges which go up about 80 degrees, and they have full rotations. He has a bicep swivel, a single hinged elbow, a hinge at the wrist and a rotation. He has T-jointed hips, which go out quite far. This is a different style of articulation than we see with Marvel Legends. It's a more visible hip joint, but it works around the same. He can kick his legs forward quite a bit. He also has articulation for his tail. It has a hinge and a rotation. He has single hinged knees. I've seen a lot of people say that these legs are put on backwards in the box. I don't know, but I have seen people swap them round and they do look pretty good. And the ankle pivot does adjust to that. He does have a hinge and a pivot at his feet. For your comparisons, here he is alongside the Entertainment Earth 5-pack Rocket Raccoon from Marvel Legends, and I have to say that the Select version just knocks the Legends version out of the park. The Legends version has a lot of articulation problems. The fact that, his lower parts aren't articulated at all. He doesn't really have any chest articulation. His head is on a really, really loose ball joint that pops off really easily, even if you're just trying to get basic poses. And also the sculpt is just really awkward looking. I know he's an animalistic character, but I'd prefer I prefer this one, and it's slightly more human proportions than this one, because Rocket Raccoon, despite being a raccoon, he does look a little bit more human in his body proportions, and I think this figure looks a lot better than this one. Here Rocket is alongside the Titus Wave Star-Lord from Marvel Legends, the All-Father Wave Captain Marvel from Marvel Legends, and the Groot from Diamond Select Toys, who I'll be reviewing tomorrow, and all these figures scale very well together. If you've watched the Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon recently, you would have seen Captain Marvel and Rocket Raccoon banter about being pilots, and I'm really glad that that's carried over from Kelly Sue DeConnick's 8th volume of Captain Marvel, and I hope that it does carry over into the films, because these two do have some really funny interactions in their comic books. Whilst I think there are some flaws with this figure, I think the diaphragm joint could be better, and he could do with some more paint apps. I'm very, very pleased with this figure. I think he is a very, very well done Rocket Raccoon, and is essential for basically most collections. If you are in the line for some Guardians of the Galaxy figures, these two are definitely worth picking up. They are in the same pack and cost $19.99 from Disney Store, and yeah, they blow the other figures out of the park, really, and they do arguably fit in with the Marvel Legends scale. Gamora is slightly taller, but as soon as she's in an action pose, you can't really notice. But the Rocket Raccoon is within the Marvel Legends scale, and he is 10 times better than the original. So, question of the day: how do you think Rocket Raccoon is going to react to Earth in Infinity War? And how are the Avengers going to react to Rocket and Groot? I'm really looking forward to Infinity War and seeing the Guardians and the Avengers collide. So leave your comments in the section below, and I'll see you tomorrow for my review of the Diamond Select Groot figure. Adios!